made you to be exactly who you are. Soul ties, soul tribes, solutions, and soul infusions. Come join us as we overstand and undo the divinities that have been placed amongst us on this very land. So what can you expect? Crown checks, temperature checks, microphone checks. Wait till you see what's next. Welcome, Soul Sister.
What's good? Good evening, Soulutionaries. I am home today because I was traveling over the week and I wanted to make sure that we put our show on every Friday, even when I can't be in studio. So, coming from my humble abode, put all good energy over here. Tonight, I have a really special guest. I told you guys that I was going to start opening up a little bit, opening up my world. Last week, you guys seen and met my daughter. She started her candle business, and she started her monthly subscription, 7K candles on Instagram. So make sure you guys go and link up with her and see what she got going on. That would be great. I am going to bring on my guest tonight. This person has been a part of my life forever. He is my brother. Adopted me, I guess duly adopted each other. He's had my back. Can we bring on my brother, please? Bro.
What's good?
I am so blessed to have you on. Before we get started, though, because I'm always wanting to promote and give you your flowers while we're here in this life, can we show your video real quick? I picked one that I like the best.
Do it.
You mind? All right, let's do that.
Do it.
We're going to play it in entirety.
It's the Weekend Jams with Sergio LaCour. We're bringing you the exclusive from Crook. Crook, are you ready?
I'm ready, man. I've been ready. You know, the town been waiting for this for a long time. The world been waiting for this for a long time. We're going to drop it on them, man.
All right, here's a world exclusive on the Weekend Jams with Sergio LaCour from Crook. It's Tears of a Crocodile on the Weekend Jams.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Scared to move around outside of 6-block radius. I spread my wings and give all praise to the one who gave me this. Life after death, precious gift called sobriety. Even in my darkest days, I felt no one was fly as me. Garbage can all dressed up, life is messed up. Even with the truth in my face, never fessed up. It's all good. Now I move like a locomotive. Still go through the hood, but shit's different. Gotta watch the motives, cause we at war and this is spiritual places. Niggas that get rich or die trying, just to try and find oasis. To quench the thirst that was lost, to fill their cup up. Not listening to false prophets. Nigga, shut the fuck up. That's real talk. On my real nigga stand up. No soldiers getting left behind, so nigga pick your mans up. Not picking all these mans off. Bust up like you supposed to. Beat it like that shine up. Be the guidance, don't mislead the youth. The truth told, it's a lot of niggas under pressure. Caught up in their places, fighting cases, trying to dodge a stretcher. Stressed him out, couldn't stress him no more. Got solid as a brick, couldn't press him no more. Though it took a long while, through some trials and tribulations, came to the conclusion, it's a journey, not a destination. So reparations is due, but I picked the battles wise. Recognize the truth and lies, and know I'm here to rep the guys. They looking at me like if he can do it, I can do it. I'm looking back like if I can do it, we can do it. I'm a firm believer, and karma is a motherfucker. What goes around comes around, and it'll surely touch it. Don't trust the soul, cause I've been stabbed all in my back. Sold out to the valleys, lied to. We all know what happened after that. Back to place my stamp on the map. I'm a raw pedigree, still blessed to spit this shit. How could I just let it be? I want the tippers and dippers and a life of luxury, but I settle for a peace of mind and spirit that's a plus to me. Rip the track disgustingly, know that they can't fuck with me. I'm loyal to the point that if you rock with me, you stuck with me. Phone calls daily, and I'm proud to see my people winning. Get it how you live, nigga, even if it call for Senate. They in the background grinning, cause I'm the poster child, survivor of a Holocaust that never had a right to trial. It had me feeling like I never had a right to smile. So I adapted to it, tears of a crocodile. Walk the green mile and they can't step in my shoes or try to off me. I don't give a fuck what weapon you choose. Sticks and stones or break bones, but the facts will leave your ego bruise. I bring it to you live and post it up and let you watch the views. I'm local news with a global appeal, and I done told you fools my higher power brokers the deals. What?
Yes. What up?
My God! My God! I want to know,
Yeah.
like, you must read a lot of books.
I've done a lot of time. Yeah, I read a lot of books.
Because your content and your lyrics, the Holocaust.
You know what I'm talking, but see, you got you gotta really delve into the substance of what I'm talking about. If like people that really know me, when they hear my lyrics, because they didn't see me in action, you know what I'm saying? They just watch my journey. So when I'm saying stuff, they picking up on it. They know, like, yeah, I remember that. Oh, I know exactly what he's talking about. And people that been through it.
Mm-hmm.
When I say survivor of a Holocaust that never had a right to trap, I'm talking about the crack epidemic.
I'm sure.
You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like some of that stuff will go over people's heads. They think it's just be music, like, oh, it sound cool, but nah, I'm really saying some stuff, you know.
Right. No, you really are.
I'm not just putting words together, you know what I mean?
No, right. It's substance. It actually kind of tells a story, you know, if you know me. I love storytellers. Like, that's my thing, is storytellers. And especially when our artists can tell me a story. Tell me where you've been. Tell me where you're going.
Right.
And I think that's what your music does. Like, it tells us your story. Your story. Like, you tell us your story. Tell us your story. Who are you?
That's just, you know, and it's like, we done dove into this artistry, but like as far back as I can, like when I think I inherited the writing, and then the articulate speaking and stuff from my mom. When I was a kid, my mom used to always correct me. Like if I mispronounced words and stuff, she'd be like, "No, Anthony, the word is such and such," and she would make sure. And I find myself doing that with my daughter a lot. You know what I'm saying? But like, or because I come from, I was growing up in the 80s, and when that crack stuff hit, like my mom and guys used to sit up all night getting high and stuff, and they would be sitting out in the dining room, and then in the morning when I would wake up, my mom would be like, "Come here, Anthony, let me show you something." And she'll sit me down and stuff, and she'll be like, "Listen to what I wrote last night." So while they up getting high, but my mom be sitting there writing about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, here we are, 3 o'clock in the morning, sitting up, boom, boom, you know what I'm saying, doing this and doing that. I know my life is not supposed to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Just real deep. I mean, and this is on my way out the door to school sometimes. So I'm broken hearted.
Right. Wow. I never knew that about your mom. Yeah. Your mom was the writer.
Yeah.
Wow. You would wake up to her telling you the stories of a. So you grew up watching your mom. Was it the same substance that you got caught up in?
Yeah. Eventually, yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. Oh my God. Yeah. So who are you, Anthony Robinson?
Who am I?
Who are you, sir? Who are you?
I'm the source.
Oh. I felt like I was in the Matrix. What do you mean you're the source, sir?
No, I'm a first and foremost, man. I'm a faith loving. I believe in my higher power, whom I choose to call God. And I'm just a man that has a colorful background. But I always, throughout my life, even when I was going through my hardships and stuff, I always told myself, man, I'm coming up out of this. I'm coming up out of this. And so I'm a person that, you know, just think of it in the terms of like, you know, being blessed with elasticity. You know, I'm a person that's blessed with elasticity. You know, it's like, and a lot of us are, you know, it's like when I say elasticity, because, you know, what does elastic do? You know, it expands and it comes back. So, you know, I had the ability, you know what I'm saying, throughout my life, I could get way out there, but I could come back. But it ain't, and it's not of my doing, you know what I'm saying? That was my higher power, man. He had his hand on me through a lot of stuff.
Right. I could attest to that.
You know, and then it's like, you know, what's really what I sometimes I trip out, like I've been blessed to be able to have lived many different lives. You know what I mean?
Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. What do you mean?
There's been times where I didn't have substances in my life, and I was able to, you know, be a good employee, be a good partner to, you know what I'm saying, in a relationship. I've been in relationships with women that have had children that were kids when we got together, and they looked at me as dad and they called me dad, and now they're grown and some of them still call me dad.
Right.
You know, and this is like through several different relationships, you know what I mean?
Right. You know, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, that's a blessing, because just, you know, you as being my brother and other men that have picked up the slack to teach. You know what I mean? It's so important, because as women and as a child of an addict or a mother that wasn't fully engaged, it's important because it really does take a community. So if they're still calling you dad to this day, kudos, because a lot of stepdads step away.
Right.
So this relationship is over. So it's necessary. Keep giving, keep teaching. So you're the source, huh? Who are you the source for, sir?
I'm the source for. I'm you know why I kind of say that is because, man, sometimes, man, I can see it in some of the folks' eyes that I used to run around with. You know what I'm saying? That they haven't found the way out, or they didn't realize that there is a way out. You know, and they look at me, and I'm like they looking at me in the form of like hope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you knew me, like, you know me, like, if I can make it out.
But that's only because you carried it so well, I think.
I mean, you know, like, we'll talk, but, you know, don't get it confused, because I mean, like, there was times in my life, man, where, you know, because what happens with the disease of addiction, man, is it'll bring you to your knees, you know, and you'll be in a state of hopelessness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been there before and allowed that shit, because it's in your mind. It centers in your mind, right? So it'll tell you, you don't deserve a good life. You'll never be nothing. You know what I mean? This is what it is for you, so just accept it. You know, a number
crazy.
Of like, you don't deserve this. You know, like, and so you know, there was times where I resigned to the fact that, man, because I tried to come up out of it, and then I always went back. Came up out of it and went back, and so then there was a time where I just said, you know what, man, I guess this is just what it is for me. You know,
that's what people get, though. I think people really.
But here's the thing, though. But look, some people don't get a break. See, you know, even though, you know what I'm saying, it was unfortunate that I got incarcerated a lot of times, but I think that was during those times. That's when God was sparing me, giving me a break. You know what I'm saying? Giving me time to really focus back on Him.
Preserving you.
You know, and giving me those times where I had moments of clarity, like, man, what's going on? Like, because one thing I know about the disease of addiction, I don't care how you do it, it's going to always end the same. At least that's what I know for me. I had to become armed with the facts about what it does to me.
Interesting.
And what it does to me is it always brought me to my knees.
Right. It never giving you.
Well, because I mean, it's always good in the beginning when you got all the stuff, you got the money, and you know what I'm saying, all that. But if you're abusing it, you know, eventually, man, something got to give. You know, and the disease, I don't know nobody that stepped in the ring with the disease of addiction and got a knockout. They got knocked out.
They got knocked out. They ain't giving
Exactly. Hey, come on, man. That's
one way
undefeated.
or another, right.
It's undefeated. Look around. All you gotta do is look around.
Thinking about it. Facts.
All you gotta do is look around. It's undefeated.
That's crazy to even think about. So how did you like get the, I know that you said it was your higher power. I know that you said that you had to face and understand what addiction was to you, but what was like the turning point? Like, I feel like we all have a rock bottom. What was your rock bottom?
I'm about to show you. Wisdom, come here. Wisdom. Wisdom.
She was your saving grace.
Come here.
Wow.
Like you don't want to see what's going on.
I know you want to see me. Hi, Wiz.
Hey, Auntie.
How are you?
Good.
I heard I need to come over there and help you clean up.
Yeah, you do.
Are you enjoying your summer?
Yeah.
You are. Are you helping your mom out?
Yep.
Are you being good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to come over there and visit you next weekend.
Okay.
So you asked, you know, what the turning point was. In 2017, man, you know, she was born, and you know, under some unfortunate circumstances, you know, and she was taken. And you know, and it's crazy because after when she was born, like 3 months later, 3 months, she was already gone off the foster care, man, and I still couldn't get myself together. But then finally, God intervened, man, and He rescued me. I got arrested, but I like to call it rescued.
Rescued.
And yeah, and I was in that King County jail, and I was on my knees, man, every day, every night, asking God, please take the taste of that stuff out of my mouth. You know, just take it away from me, help me, so I can get out of here and get my daughter. You know, and so.
Yeah.
That was March 12th, 2018 when I went to jail. So my clean date is March 13th, 2018. You know, it's 5 years and some change, you know.
Congratulations.
And she came home on her first birthday.
Thank you for saving your daddy, Wiz.
Did you save me?
We need him.
Yep.
We need him.
Yeah.
Oh, you love your dad.
Yep.
Okay, bye. This is about me.
But no, you're a girl dad. What does it mean to be a girl dad? You're a girl dad. How has that changed your perspective on girls or women?
Man. I just want her to understand that all that glitters ain't gold, you know, for one, and to know that that she's good by herself. She don't need nobody, you know what I'm saying? When it all comes down to it, like she can survive on her own if need be, like she don't never have to depend on nobody. I want it, you know, it's about teaching her how to love herself. You know what I mean? Love on herself, and I'm really affectionate with her, you know what I'm saying, because I want her to know what that feels like. You know what I mean?
First and foremost.
I wasn't because I don't recall, my mom wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't grow up with a lot of affection, and I think that somehow throughout my life it affected me some kind of way, like I didn't know what love was, and so the way I showed up was the way I showed up, you know what I'm saying? And I thought I knew, but I really didn't. You know, it was tainted. It was my vision. My vision was skewed.
Right.
You know.
Right. Is it by way of her that you've kind of changed your vision and a way of thinking? Is it because of her?
Yeah, in the beginning, yeah, because in the beginning it was just me and her, you know what I'm saying? And I had to she's a girl, you know what I'm saying? So I had to be
You're a
like
girl dad.
softer, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but even I'm really stern with her too, though. Like
I
I'm the
know.
stern one. Like,
I
um,
know.
like that little be.
No, she
You
gets
know,
over on everybody but her dad.
but man, it's just different, man. It's just different than a boy, you know, because you when I like I'll get mad and I like want to whoop her and shit. I'll be like I'm whooping that ass, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But
I
can't.
can't. I can't. She can just
Because that's
look
that
at me.
soft spot,
She can just look
right?
at me a certain way, and it's a wrap.
Good. I'm so happy that you're a girl dad. You deserve to be a girl dad. You've
But
always taken care
don't
of
get me wrong.
us.
There's a lot of ways I could be better. You know what I mean? But it's a process. Everybody is in a process. You know what I mean?
Facts. This is
We
a
just
brand new you.
we seeking progress, not perfection.
Facts. Facts
You
and
know?
continuous progress, right?
Right.
Continue long as you're doing those
Right.
small measures forward,
Right.
nothing else really matters because it's nothing about life isn't perfect. We
I
don't
just
have a
I just
perfect
had
life.
to I had to get out my own way. You know
I
what I
know.
mean? I was just it was just me. It was me. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was in my own way all the time.
Facts.
Like I remember years ago, you know what I'm saying? I had a little bit of clean time and stuff, and I was going to church. Uh, and then I disappeared and went back out again, and then I was able to come back again. I came back to the church, and the pastor was so excited to see me, and he was like, "Where you been, boy?" And called me in his office. He said, "Man, have a seat." Sat down. I was like, What?" I said, "What's that?" He said, "Where you been?" I said, I went back out there in that world, man." He said, "Oh yeah." He said, "Well, tell me what happened." I said, "I think I got to a point where I told God, you know what I'm saying, I got it from here. I told God to get in the driver's seat and let me drive. I mean, get in the passenger seat and let me drive."
Let you drive.
He said, "Is that right?" He said,
How'd
"Boy,"
that work out for you?
he said, "Boy, let me tell you something. If God ain't driving, the devil's driving.
Right.
You
It
ain't
ain't the
never
right
driving."
road. Facts.
I said, "Wow." You
You
know,
ain't in control.
and I had to learn that. I had to, because I mean, even though he said it, that was many years ago. You know, my mind wasn't able to just really retain that and marinate on that. It sounded good, and it was scary to hear it coming from the pastor at that time. But I still had some more research to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So
But
what did you
now,
conclude with that? Yeah, what'd you
but now, it makes complete total sense in the life that I live now. You know what I'm saying? Because like everything has slowed down for me. And where certain stuff you didn't used to be as important to me, like now it is. Like a lot of stuff that people were doing way back when I was ripping and running, you know what I'm saying? Like some of my ex-classmates, counterparts and stuff, growing up, the ones that didn't go down the path that I went down, a lot of that stuff that they were doing back then, you know what I'm saying? I'm just now trying to get a hold, get a hold of. But what I found is that as long as I stay the course, as long as I just relax and let God, he'll just direct my steps. I don't have to be in control. You know what I'm saying? Like
right?
he's been placing me in positions in certain situations and putting me in certain rooms and arenas where, I never thought I would be.
How do you that's so crazy and so wonderful to hear all at the same time because I know you. And so spirituality has been the center of this change.
Yeah. Yeah.
How, when did you, I mean, you said you were going to church. When did
Oh,
you,
so yeah, I speak very freely about, like I said, I'm a grateful person in recovery, man. So I tried a lot of things, man, throughout my life, man. I tried, okay, well, maybe if I get the right woman, you know, and it wasn't the woman. Okay, but I just need the right job. Wasn't the job. I just need to, if I just have enough money, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't the money, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just all these different things, right?
Right.
Didn't work for me. None of it worked for me. The only thing that I found that worked for me is the program of Narcotics Anonymous. I speak very highly of that. I have a sponsor. I attend meetings on a regular basis. I work a 12-step program. And I'm just speaking for me. That may, everybody got their own thing, but for me, this addict, alcoholic, that's the only thing I found that has worked for me.
That's so interesting that you said that. And I remember us talking about that before, and I was like, really? Because I've never seen anybody really wholeheartedly put themselves into their program to where it works for them. I mean, I know that it happens, but I haven't seen it until you.
Well, see, but it's called it's a program of attraction. So, you can know somebody, but you know what I'm saying, that's in the program or goes to meetings or whatever. But first, don't get it confused. You don't just dive in like, oh, I'm with it. I'm just 100% with it. I had to watch people, because people can say anything in them rooms. Right. You know what I mean? But I'm going to watch how you live it. Right. And I'm going to see how this stuff is applied, how you apply this stuff to your life, and if it's really working for you. Right. And once I've seen evidence, you know what I'm saying, that, man, because it's nothing like walking in the room and seeing somebody that I used to think was, damn, he worse than me. You know what I mean? And then look at him, look at him now. You know what I mean? Right. Like I've seen that over and over again. Like, wow. And then and they say, if you want what we have, you got to do what we do. Right? See, I used to go to the meetings, and I used to be like, they talk about the 12 steps. They make these suggestions about getting a sponsor and going to meetings and all that. And I would tell myself that shit don't apply to me. Right. I'm different. Watch me
you don't need it.
Like, watch me do this my way. And it never worked. But this time, like I said, when my daughter was born and I got engaged in the services to get her back, I knew that I was going to have something bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? To help me through this process, to help me be able to navigate the child welfare system, to help me be able to stand up and show these people that, man, yeah, this is a black man and he's coming for his child. Right. He's not playing no games. Right. You ain't gonna trick bag him. Right. Because the only way I was gonna be able to achieve that was to stay clean. And I got my own evidence that shows that, man, look here. You done tried it all kind of different ways, man. Why don't you just try what they talking about? Right. Try it. Right. Just try it. Right. See, what do you got to lose? Right. What do you got to lose? And guess what? It's been working ever since.
I am so grateful.
No, for real. Sometimes I'll be like, wow, what the fuck was I thinking?
I'm like, wow, what the fuck were you thinking? It's a blessing, though. I mean, because honestly, you never know who will snap out of it, right? And you did. By the grace of God, you did. By the grace of your baby, you did. You know what I mean? So
only
it's
through
like,
the grace.
It's
only
deep.
through the grace. Yeah, it's deep. But understanding too that you know what I'm saying, I'm not never out of the woods. Right. This is something that I will have to continue on for the rest of my life. Because see, as soon as I go to thinking I'm good, remember what I told you, what I told the pastor. I'm good. I got it from here. Yeah, it ain't never my will. It's God's will.
You ain't driving, bro.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? Because as soon as I start thinking I'm driving, then it's a problem. Right. I'm gonna crash the car. Right into a brick wall. Do not do that.
You built too much. You built absolutely too much for yourself.
Right. Yeah. I ain't going back. I'm not going back.
Yeah, because you seen what that life looked like.
I'm good.
And I see what you pushing now.
And look, but no, back. I'm glad I got out. That God was blessed me. plucked me up out of that fire, you know,
Facts though,
that
because
mess
a
I
lot of
had
people
created in my
don't.
life. I mean, look at what's happening now. I can't even imagine myself being in that life now.
It's crazy out there. People are dropping dead like flies.
I want to help people, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to take my lived experience, man, and, you know, shine a light and let people know that, look, man, trust me, I've been where you at, bro. And if I can make it up out of that, man, you can too. But it's about
Facts.
putting your ego to the side, putting your pride to the side, and being willing to ask for some help. You know, I had to go to
Facts.
another man. I had to go to another man and ask, hey, man, I need a sponsor, man. Can you help me?
That's odd to hear coming from you because
Oh, real talk. Like, I mean, yeah, you got to get
I
real
know
humble.
you, right?
You got to
Like,
get real humble.
how did you do that? How did you find? I mean, because you wanted change,
Like,
obviously.
how did
That's
I
how you
do it?
did
I
it.
was desperate. I was desperate, and I was willing.
Yeah.
I was willing to do whatever it took to not go back to that life. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So sometimes you got to get vulnerable. You know,
That sounds hard.
you got to put that stuff to the side and be. And I'm telling you, man, I had to do stuff that I never done before, man. Like,
It's
but it's been
crazy
working.
because even through your addiction, you've been one of the strongest men that I've known. Even just pride, right?
Yeah,
So for you to have to set that aside and literally be vulnerable is awesome. First and foremost, I don't think I ever would have thought I've heard that. But I know that if you want it to be better, that's what was going to happen. Exactly that.
I wanted to live. You know.
Yeah, you have something to live for.
Yeah.
You would definitely have something to live for. Let's talk about you working with the system to get your baby back. Like, how hard was that?
It wasn't really hard at all because I was, like I said, God. You know what I'm saying? Like, God put all the right people in my lane. You know, and I had a really awesome supporting cast, like from the social workers to the courts. I mean, and then you know, it's like they don't really. I've heard some horror stories, like people that had real issues with the courts, like really trying to keep them from, you know what I'm saying, reuniting with their children and stuff. But all I can say from my experience is that I was pushing on them so hard, like I didn't give them no room to say nothing.
Mm.
I was doing it with flying colors, and once they seen now, man, he's serious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, because you know, there's a lot of stuff that they ask of you. They, you know, is what they do is they come at you with a list of allegations. You know, and the allegations being the reasons why at the particular time you're not fit to be, your child is not safe with you, or your child, or you know, whatever the reason. But
Wow.
they're called allegations. You know, and so and
So
then they come with, and then so and then they tell you this is what you need to do in order to get your child back. And so they give you a list of these are services you got to engage in, whether it be they want you to get a drug and alcohol. If it's drugs, one of the reasons why your child or children were taken away, they want you to get a drug and alcohol evaluation. They want you to get a mental health evaluation. They want you to go by whatever the drug and alcohol evaluation says, and more than likely they'll want you to get in some type of treatment. Then they want you to do like 3 months of random UAs, and then you gotta do visits with your child like twice a week. Then you gotta do parenting classes. You gotta go to these court hearings, and I'm doing all that.
Damn.
Plus I'm working. Plus I was trying to get my driver's license back. So I had to blow and go in my car. It was all kind of, but I was determined.
I see. Because I can see how that could be disheartening to somebody just seeing the allegations.
Right.
Like, oh, well.
Yeah, the whole, and then, you know, I had a hard time. The hardest part, I'm to be honest with you, the hardest part on that part of the journey was in the beginning when I was having visits with her, and they were meeting me. They would bring her to the Rainier Beach Library twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. the hardest part about the visit was watching her leave.
Yeah, walking away.
You know, putting her in the car, buckling her in her little car seat, and just look. She couldn't talk. She just looks at me. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta watch her drive off. You know what I'm saying, with some person,
Right.
and then I didn't know where she was going.
Right.
That was hard.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that was
More,
hard.
that gave you more gas though to do what was necessary to get your baby back, I suppose.
And then you know, and I don't got anything against white people or nothing, like, you know, but she was with a white couple, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, in my mind, I don't know what might be going on. So I need to hurry up and get her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She
But
needs to be with her
it turns out that she was their first foster child, and man, they were like angels. You know, if you watch my video called Father Figure, it's on YouTube. Yeah, that's in the video. They're in there. Yeah, the name was Tim and Val. And
big ups to Tim and Val.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, like, that makes me feel like there's not enough Black foster homes out there to even take.
I don't know. I think, but I don't know. That's one of the things about the system, and that's a whole nother show. But you know, disproportionality. You know what I'm saying? The way that they go into brown and Black homes, remove the child. You know, when you do look at the numbers, and you get into the statistics of how the Division of Children, Youth, and Families, and the child welfare system, period, the way that it's set up, it was, you know, it was like designed to attack the brown and Black family and separate. And then once they've separated you from your child, for a lot of people, they made it really hard for them to, if they were able to reunite with their children at all, because I've heard there were stories, you know, like after I went through all the stuff and got wisdom back, and there's a program called Parents for Parents, and what are called Parent Allies, and Parent Allies come advocacy for parents that are going through that process. These are the parents that have been previously CPS and were able to successfully navigate the child welfare system, and they come in the form of support and advocacy for those coming behind them. So they approached me and they asked me would I like to be a parent ally, and so I became a parent ally, and I was working at the King County Superior Court, and then that was me and God. I'm sitting there. I got a key card, a bag. I'm scanning through. I'm in the courthouse. Beep, scanning, scanning through. You know, and I'm working on them. Listen, I'm working on them floors. You know, going through them same hallways. They used to transport me back and forth to court in. I'm like, man, God, you something else. Look at this, man. But now I'm sitting in the courtroom because I've got to hear what's being said about these parents, so I can meet them out in the hallway, introduce myself to them, let them know who I am and what I do, and that we're here to support you with any type of resources, whatever we can help you with, help you walk through this.
Love that.
You know,
I absolutely love that. So what's that called? Parents to Parents?
It's called P for P, and it means Parents for Parents.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the King County. It's in all the courts now, but yeah, but that was an awesome time for me, and I probably would have still been doing something like that in the field, because I did it up until COVID hit, and then they closed the courthouse down, and so we got laid off. Mm-hmm. But some of the people we ended up going back, but I got back into construction. So
yeah, so you're over there.
But
it seems like
I'm trying to come out of that too, though. I'm trying to get back into that field, but it's got to be something. Although I love, you know what I'm saying, working with people that come from where I come from, you know what I'm saying, and sharing my strength, my experience, strength, and hope. It's got to be something that's got a sustainable wage, a livable wage. You know what I'm saying? It's got to make sense.
Right.
You know,
especially for a man.
We can hope all we want to. We can help and hope all we want to and be as sincere as we want to, but we still got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? We still got to live.
Facts. And that's half the problem when we take on these positions and
Right.
leadership and in the community, they're not sustained
Right.
income wise, which is crazy. I know, which is makes you not even want to help because you got to go and
They're
work for
trying to-
Joe Smo.
They're trying to, especially like in that arena, they're trying to do some different stuff because, as of recent years, they're starting to realize, the people that with lived experience, those people that have those backgrounds, are actually assets, not liability.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And so now they're
Facts.
saying, and then they're realizing that their system is broken. You know what I'm saying? And so who better to help us
Help you fix it.
revise these policies and these procedures? Like I'm on some committees and some, some things. Like last Friday I was at this thing called the Parent Advisory Group. We were at the four I think it's called the Four Corners or something. It's a Sheraton. It's the Sheraton Hotel in the SeaTac. We had a big conference there, and basically it was the Division of Children, Youth, and Families, and there's a whole room full of people like me, and they're up there showing us PowerPoints about what their policies are, and they want us to go through and show them how they can reword stuff, and like how can we help them revise this stuff, and they paid us for it and stuff.
Good. It's good to
As
hear
they
you're on think tanks.
As they should,
as they should, because you're an expert in your field, are you
and
not?
that's what they kept saying that too. They said, you guys are here because you're the lived experts. And I said, you guys, and I'm one of them ones. I said, you keep calling us experts. You know what I'm saying? Well, you need to make sure that we compensated as such.
I ain't mad at you. Facts though.
No, real talk. I said, because we sitting here, you got us sitting in this room, and basically what it is that your system is broken, and you're trying to pick our brains. You're trying to pick our brains, and you know what I'm saying, milk information and siphon us for information, but you're trying to get it for free, right? Basically, like for free, because it's not. They're not calling it compensation. They're calling it reimbursing. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean reimbursing?
Right.
You need to be compensated.
Right. Get it correct.
This is, these people get paid for what we pay good money for what we're doing.
Right. And you got a couple PhDs.
You came to us. We didn't come to you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Right.
So obviously.
So, don't use us as your token.
Exactly.
As your token social economic folks. Right. The hell?
Exactly.
Pay us for our time. I get it.
I mean, come on, man. But other than that, man, I'm just it's a beautiful life, It's a beautiful life. It's got its ups and downs and stuff, but I don't give a damn. I'll take my worst day today, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. I wouldn't cash it in for that.
Anything 5 years ago.
But listen, but some people got to remember, you know what I'm saying? Once you've been set free from that, you can't get comfortable. You can't get complacent. You got to constantly be working and, keeping your mind actively. Because like for me, the recovery thing for me is like medication. It's like therapy. It's like a person that had cancer or, some other type of disease.
Indeed.
They need their medicine. They got to, it's a regimen for me, you know what I'm saying, to keep me moving because, you get complacent, man. And next thing you know, man, you've been in some stuff that happened in your life. And all of a sudden, you found yourself backed into a corner you can't get out of clean.
Right. Facts. Yeah. I agree with that. So you have to keep your mind. It seems like you keep busy with your baby, your job, and music.
Yeah, the music is definitely the therapy for me. Because you remember back then I rapped way back.
206 ism.
All that. I don't even remember that, but thank you. But check it out. Like, that was another thing. Like, that was something else I discovered, you know what I'm saying, in the program of Narcotics Anonymous. In the literature, there's a part in there where it says something about lost dreams awaken, new possibilities arise. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, damn, I got clean and stuff. And I was like, they encourage you to have hobbies and stuff like that. And they're like, I'm about to start doing my music again, And then I discovered that I could still do it. You know what I'm saying? And it let me know that God still blessed me with the ability to be able to do it. So I'm gonna do it.
And tell a
And
story.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good.
You're a little cocky for that, sir.
I'm
and
good
you're
at it.
good.
I ain't gonna front. Like I ain't never heard ain't nobody ever told me, oh man, that shit's whack. Get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're not whack. Your message behind everything. You always got the tightest beats.
Yeah.
Seems like you're working with some of the top producers.
Shout out Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
Yeah,
shout out Vitamin
I've been doing shout out Mario Casalini.
Shout out Mario. He's the producer of our beats.
Yeah. them two guys, man, them was these last two albums, them two guys. Well, actually Mario don't have no tracks on this new album. But like he had like 4 or 5 joints on my last one. And both of those guys, man, it was like, see, like even then, you know what I'm saying? Like just happened to boom, God just put me in the right place.
How did you hook up with Vitamin D? The renowned Vitamin D.
Actually, I through one of my this guy I knew from way back that I rapped with him at this one studio, but I was getting super loaded. We was all getting super loaded, but I just happened to bump into him, and he was like, "Man, he's seen I'm living different." You know what I mean? And he was like, "Man, you still be doing your music and stuff?" I said, "Man, that's always gonna be in me." You know what I'm saying? Because like it is just on some people, but it's in me.
Yeah, it is in you.
So and he was like, "Man, I want you to get on this song with me." And I was like, "Where's the studio at?" He was like, "Man, I'm Vitamin D." Now I had heard about Vitamin years ago. My partner Framework used to work with him. And some other cats, like he's a pioneer,
right?
He's a pioneer in the Northwest hip hop scene, and he's been worked with. He's a real. But anyway, so I said, okay, cool. I met him at the studio, pulled up. Vitamin was outside, and I introduced myself and I let him know, man, I heard a lot of your music, man. And he just was a real humble, down to earth dude, man. And then so me and that dude ended up recording with him, and then I told him, man, I'm gonna probably be buying some beats from you and stuff, and I just started linking up with him, just going to and we just chop it up and laugh and kick it, and that's my bro, man.
He definitely have set the standard. Like he definitely took you to a different level.
Oh yeah, right.
And it's you can hear it.
Right.
So congratulations, because I think your producer is everything when it comes to doing music.
He creates the backdrop. He creates the backdrop, and and it's like I love the creative process with the music, because depending on what type of track you select, or like he'll send me like a batch of beats, like it'll be like 10, 15 beats sometimes, and I may only or like at the time, I'm not gonna say only I may only select 2 or 3 of them out of that whole batch, and then I'll never use those other ones again. And later on, I'll be like, man, I need a new batch of beats, bro. But
I love it.
It's how music works for me. Like some of those beats that I played back then, you know what I'm saying, that when I first got them, that I wasn't really vibing on. Sometimes I'll be driving and then something will pop up on my stuff, and it'll be like one of them old beats, and now all of a sudden it's cracking. I'm like, woo.
Right, you got something for it, right?
I think it just be the time. I think it'd be the timing, and sometimes it'd be what type of mood you in, but the process of creating the music is like generally the beat will tell me what to do. So
the beat drives you.
It talks to me. It'll talk to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it'll be a certain vibe that I get from it, which, because my process is like, I don't have the lyrics already written, and then I just need a track.
You need a beat, right?
Well, I need the beat, and then I build my lyrics around the track.
You're a real artist.
You know what I'm saying? I used to be able to just write. Like, I can't even I don't even write songs and then be waiting for the beat. I found myself, I don't even be wanting to mess with nobody other than Vitamin. And he's kind of the way, the way he works, because he's really busy. So it may be like months. You go in the studio with somebody else, it just be just to keep up, just to stay in lyrical fitness, just lyrical fitness. But because he gets me, you know what I mean? And a good producer will get you. Like if he just works with you like a couple of times, he can work with you a couple of times and know what your style, what kind of stuff you like. And so he can be at wherever he's making the beat at, and he'll create a beat and be like, "Oh, I can hear Crook on this." And he's done that. Like he'll send me some stuff and be like, and he'll send me a batch of beats and won't even say nothing. And then I'll pick something and he'd be like, "I knew you was gonna pick that when I heard you all over it when I was making it."
I love it. That's when you know you gel with your producer.
Yeah.
So keep doing good work with him, because it is definitely, I can definitely hear the class element upgrade,
Right.
So that's what's
and then
up.
he's really hip hop. He's really hip hop. You know what I mean? Like he's real. He don't just make beats. He like plays instruments. He understands music. He knows how to blend the melody. He's just phenomenal, man. He blows my mind, man.
Interesting.
And then his sound's not like anyone else's.
Right.
That's why another reason why I selected my tracks from him. Like when you listen to my album, my stuff don't sound like nobody else's stuff.
It don't, because I be hearing some old stuff and I'm like, "Ooh, that's a sample from."
Yeah, it's just, like this last album, like even the first one, like you can just play it and it just flows through.
Yeah, it does. It flows through. It really does. Your last album, Tears of a Crocodile, right?
Right.
Definitely.
Tell a friend. Yeah.
Well, I got it in my car. I'm bumping it all the time because it's like one of my only CDs.
Good. Rep. You repping.
I love it, brother. I love you so much. What's the future endeavors for you?
Wait till you see this new video.
When did you shoot it?
I'm gonna continue with some music for as long as God permits. Really looking to transition out of construction into where's your mom at? What you trying to come back and get you a little cameo?
Of course, she want to say bye to her auntie. She knew this time.
You want a cameo? Say, I want a cameo.
I want a cameo.
Are you gonna rap for me? Did your dad write your lyrics yet for you?
Yeah.
You don't know what you're
talking
about.
Yeah, I do love Twist.
You love Twist? But yeah, I'm looking to transition out of construction, man. I want to, like I said, I want to really get into the field of, social services.
Right.
Something with the people,
really
man.
Utilizing your skills, right?
Yeah,
you really
because
utilizing your skills.
And this is another thing a person has to be able to recognize too, that even in the setbacks, even in some of the losses, there's value, right?
Yeah.
We can turn that stuff around and use it for the greater good. It don't have to be a total loss.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like even the the incarcerations and stuff like that.
Right.
You'll never be able to get that time back. But what can you glean from that situation to use to the benefit of not just you, but somebody else?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so I just recently got my LLC. I started my company. And so what I'm doing is, and here, tell a friend about this too, chosen loss prevention consulting. You know what I mean? So we'll talk. You feel me? Yeah. Hey, consulting. You know what I mean? I'm not here to stop the people from taking your stuff, but what I can do is I can come into your store and we can walk through your store and I can show you how to reconfigure it.
So they can't take your stuff.
I can show you where your vulnerable areas are, where your blind spots is, and show you how we can fix this. Right? Okay. Then if you want to, we're gonna have another division as well, though, that's gonna give you some trauma informed information, for your workers. So because sometimes the workers get attacked, the workers get talked bad to. Right. You know what I mean? All that. And so some of them get so scared they don't want to come back to work. So now you're lost an employee. Now it's going to cost you because you got to hire somebody else. You got to train them. But no, what we can do is we can get them involved in this trauma therapy with our other division, so that way you can you ain't got to worry about going through all that.
Yep.
Then
that's
if
a
you want to
great
get
idea.
down, we got another division that we will get your shit back. We ain't gonna be. We don't go by them same rules like these other laws. You hear me? We don't do that. We ain't gonna watch them. We're not gonna watch them push the basket all the way to their guard. We're gonna go get your shit back.
Because you've hired armed security.
Yeah,
so
because guess what? Private. We're private. A whole different set of code. We ain't hands off. We hands on.
That's what's up. I like it. I like it. You should have held that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me know how I can help. Chosen loss prevention control. Sure. Hey, Crook.
For sure. Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, bro.
I'm glad. I was glad. I was looking forward to this.
I know, but I know. You have been hounding me like I've been waiting for you to ask me onto your podcast.
Come on now.
But we try to have as few men on here as possible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do. We don't have a lot of guys on here. You haven't noticed that?
I didn't know this was a women's show.
It is. It is a women's show, but we have a lot of male supporters, of course. But I also, it's about
the Soulutionary.
I run it, so you had to know it's female. Yeah. But it's about really telling our stories, and giving hope. And you are a center of hope. I've been knowing you all my life, pretty much, and I've seen you, I would say, at your worst, and I'm seeing you grow, and I'm so proud of you, brother. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud.
I'm proud of you too,
my brother. Thank you, bro.
I'm proud of you too. You come a long way yourself, bro. We went through some stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? We had some tough times, man. When you was like a middle school teenager. I remember that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it was pretty tough for you too. You come through some stuff. Your story ain't one to shun. Your story ain't one to shun too. You got to share yours too.
I am in due time. I got things working. I'll definitely make sure that you know everything that I'm doing. My story will be told. What else did I want to tell you? I love you. I'm proud of you.
I love you
and
too.
Everything that you do. Make sure that I'm involved. Make sure that my niece knows me forever.
Oh yeah.
This is your platform. Whenever you want to come on here, your next album, let's promote it here. Come back on and give us some love. Let us know.
Anytime.
All right, I appreciate you. I'm going to throw you to the back, to the green room, so I can close out this show. We'll talk later.
All right.
I love you.
All right, I love you. Peace.
I forgot to mention that, like, one of the reasons why I'm so East Coast is because of my brother. He would come through with the Timbs on. I think even maybe camouflage may have came from him too. It's just such a great feeling to see those that you watched come so far and then choose self, Without their trauma and their trials, I wouldn't be the person that I am. That's what I wanted to tell him. I wouldn't be me. Like, if I didn't watch you go through the things that you went through. I could have chose that life if I didn't watch you go through the things you went through. I believe that my family and those that raised me, because, family is something that we create, right? And he's definitely been a part of my life since I was very young, making sure that Sherrell was okay for everything and anything that was needed. So I'm truly blessed. Truly blessed. I do have a couple of announcements that I want to make before we end the show. We have do we have our PDFs up? So the Bliss, hold on, we'll go in order. Doc Loves the Kids Day, August 26th. This program still needs all the good things, backpacks, school supplies. Please get in contact with them. Or drop them off on the day of. I'm sure that they'll accept it then too, but that's on the 26th of August on Riddle in Bremerton. We also have, what's our next one? Mr. Producer. I'm over my time, so I don't know. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to this network, Show My Worth. Hope you guys enjoyed that a little bit with my brother. We also have the Bliss Life Masterclass coming up on August 31st. My apologies. I am attending this. You must attend this. Please get in contact with the good Dr. Strong to sign up for this class. Let me know if any assistance is needed in regards to this. I would be more than willing to, and I hope I see you guys there. Make sure you sign up. And our last one, I think we had another one. No, we don't. Oh, we do have another one. I will be attending the cinema on Saturday to see Soul in Columbia City, outdoor movie. Make sure you're there at dusk. We'll be there to just turn up a little bit with our community. Anything else? I love you guys. I am so grateful again for show 21. We did it. We did it. We did it. I love you guys. Peace. We out of here. We out of here. We out of here.
My soul sisters, no matter how near or how far, you are invited to a platform where we uplift, encourage, and motivate you to be exactly who you are. Soul ties, soul tribes, solutions, and soul infusions. Come join us as we overstand and undo the divinities that have been placed amongst us on this very land. So what can you expect? Crown checks, temperature checks, microphone checks. Wait till you see what's next. Welcome, Soul Sisters.